Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so walking down the street, just doing my thing, disciplining myself to stay out and about, even though I'm leaving the house a little later than usual. It's about 1:40 or something like that, almost 2 o'clock I think. But let me see, where are we at? Yeah, about 1:30 actually. It's 1:30 and yeah man, just out. Don't really have a destination as always. Just living my life, man. Trying to get my mind off of all my troubles, plenty of troubles I have. And, just was telling you guys in the last video, I read today's devotional from that book that I have, and just telling how exhausted I was, but I decided to still make a day out of this by getting out of the house. And so that's what I did. I got out of there, and we'll see what happens. Yesterday was a pretty good day leaving the house. Just kind of getting my mind off of things, trying to sort through some of my troubles yesterday, and figured I'd try to do the same today, see what comes out. I just need something to happen in my life. I don't know what it is that I'm exactly looking for when I leave the house like this every day. But I definitely want to keep that consistency because it's good exercise, if nothing else. And I haven't been doing my hundreds. That squat regimen that I always do, I don't think I've done it in like 4 days, maybe even 5 days. But I have replaced it with suitcase squats. So I've worked my way up to like, what did I do this morning? 2 sets of 75 and then another set of like 60 or something like that. And I've been doing those every morning. So I'm still pushing, still doing stuff, and then my push-ups are going crazy. I'm up to 75 every time I get down. I think somewhere around 75. I think day before yesterday, at a random point when I was doing them, I got down there and did like 110. So my push-up game is stronger than it's ever been in my entire life. I'm officially where I want to be as far as that's concerned. Back when I was working at this place called Temple over there with Kay, my friend Kay, I think my career high in push-ups was like 100. I think I had gotten to 100 one time. Hey, I got into 100 at one point, and smashed that record 2 days ago. So I come full circle, because back then I was doing push-ups every day as well, trying to push them out as much as possible while at Temple. Just anytime I felt like getting down, I just get down. Sorry about the N-word, y'all, but look at this dude. He came through there. He was, you can see that truck right there. He was speeding. That boy was going at least 50 down that residential area. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I look in the driver's side and I realize he's on the opposite side, like they do, like they have over in Great Britain. So it's like, does he see me? I'll make sure this man will lock eyes with me before I move, because the way he pushing it pedal to the metal in that thing, it's like he trying to hurry get somewhere. But anyway, yeah, man, that was a natural reaction. I try not to ever say that word. But nevertheless, push-ups, man, trying to keep up, trying to do more than I did when I was 33. Back then I was 33, I'm 39 now, and I'm still my career high and everything. So I don't think I'm getting worse, man. You eat well and you stay consistent. You do it every day, whatever it is you're trying to do, and you're gonna get stronger. And so that's where I'm at, trying to get stronger, physically and definitely mentally as well, keeping that stem strong. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get out the house, because it's like I'm getting used to my my walks. And a lot of times when I'm able to walk, I go to the train station, climb them steps, or jog up the steps. However many it is, I just take them all. And that's exercise for me, man. Get at least, what is it, 1.5 miles, 2 miles maybe, to get to the train station. I don't know how long it is from here to the train, but I'm pushing it every time. So, just trying to stay active, man. I was feeling a little down, as always these days. But longing for something to get better in my life. Looking around, still seeing the same hotel room. It's cool, I'm definitely happy to have it, but I'm gonna to get my own place at some point. Waiting on GR. I didn't quite check that today, by the way. Hopefully that will kick in this week if they're going to approve me. And disciplining myself against getting bad foods. I did kind of want to treat myself to my fajitas today. Fajitas, I say it like my mom. But you know, I wanted to treat myself to that, but I was like, nah, I need to save that money. So I kept walking past that restaurant because I know that's gonna be $20 as soon as you buy it, $20. So I didn't eat before I left though. I decided not to. Maybe I'll get something out here, maybe a salad or something. But I don't know, man. I just felt like it would probably be best for me, just like yesterday, to not sleep in the daytime. Because that's exactly what I felt like doing. This was the type of day where I felt so down that it wasn't that I was sleepy. It was just that I was spiritually exhausted. And that can leave you getting in the bed and having one of the little depression sleeps. I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm not gonna let that happen at all. So here's me walking down the street. If I'm gonna be depressed, I'm gonna be walking down the damn street. Straight up. Ain't gonna be no depression sleep today. So I feel good though. I'm not depressed. I think I would have been depressed if I'd have stayed in that house and adhered to what my natural mind tells me to do, which is lay down. I lay down. I did all that when I was little, man. That's why I got as big as I did. That's why I wasn't as unhappy as I was, because I didn't let my mind go and get enough of this God's blessed sunshine. You know, man, for me, it's like just getting out of my moment. Sometimes you be in your moment. It don't even be nothing that big of a deal, but because you're stressing over it in that moment, you want things to happen in that moment. I want this to happen right now, and it's like, nah, that's not it. That doesn't work. All you're gonna do is make yourself unhappy and then obsess over whatever it is you're thinking about until you see change or until you make it worse. And that's what I found myself in a position to do. It's like I want communication with my friend, right? It's like, nah, man. I have mental illness, but I'm not going to play into it to that degree where I'm doing that today. I'm not. Whatever the hell she's doing with her life is what she needs to be doing. Whatever I'm doing with my life is what I need to be doing. And that level of crazy is not something that I actually am. It's not. You got to get out the house and let people live their lives. Just because I want to communicate a certain way, who cares? Who cares what I want? At the end of the day, least of all her, let me get some business. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what it's about, man. Sometimes you'll find yourself, especially if you ain't got nothing else going on, obsessing over what other people are doing. I used to do that back in the past with my ex. Be like, I want her here now. No, she got a whole day to live, man. And where does God come in all of this? That's the question. It's like, when does God come in and you ask God what he wants you to do? Not thinking about what a person is going to do. Any good thing that they do comes from him. Any good energy that they have for you is going to be manifested by what he wants in them. You ain't going to manifest nothing good. What you can do is ruin it further. What you can do is make yourself angry by doing all that damn thinking. It ain't going to help you. You need to get out of what moment you're in and into what moment he wants you in. And for me, that's to find this dollar right here on this ground. Lord knows I can use one of those. So I don't find that dollar if I'm sitting up here doing whatever my natural mind was telling me to do, sitting in the house, sulk, getting her inbox, talk to myself, complain to her about how she ain't communicating as I'm talking to myself. It's like, no, man, communicate with God. He can do for you what she will never be able to do for you. And that's get you out of this damn moment. Ain't gonna happen. And so that's what I'm telling you. Get out of your moment. If you're in a moment, get out of it. Because there's something better for you to do, and there's someone better for you to meet if for some reason that person that you're thinking about ain't the person. Or if the business move that you're trying to make ain't the business move. It don't have to be a person. Whatever it is. For me, it's a person. Waiting for human beings to do for me what I want them to do for me. Or us. Or however that goes. Nah. That's dead. That is a dead thought. That thought ain't gonna make me happy. That thought ain't gonna manifest anything positive within that person. That ain't gonna give you no content on this channel. That ain't gonna get me out of the house to do whatever it is the Lord wants me to do, man. Whatever it is that he has for me in this day, it did not have that attached to it. It just didn't. And so as you know that and you live your life understanding that, you defy the devil and use the newfound faith that you have from the difficulties that you just got through, this is my life I'm talking about in that situation. Newfound faith that I've been given to do things more productively rather than do things like you used to do. And you want things to change, you got to change with them. You got to change first. If you want new life, new love, you got to go places that you would not have gone at all. And for me, it's like, I'm not necessarily looking for nothing specific. I just know what I don't want. You feel me? It's not about anything specific that I want. I just know what I'm tired of. And as it pertains to being not communicated with, I'm tired of that. Never mind why. Never mind who. It's just like, get what you're looking for in this life. Find first you different, and then you attract things different. You know what I'm saying? Rather than attracting the same old stuff, doing things the same old way. And that's really what it's not. You know, we try to get to a point where we do things different. We want different results. So you gotta change your ways, man. You want to feel better? Okay, start thinking positive thoughts. You want to look better? It's not about the specifics of what it is that's going to get it done, because I can tell you what worked. But it's more so about you being curious about what works and then going out and finding those answers. That's what it's about. I can tell you the answer. You eat better, you exercise, cut down on things that don't exercise your mind. You speak life into your stem by way of your faith. A lot of people don't know to do that, but that's what worked for me. Every time I ever got in any type of shape, it was because I made a decision to ask God to help me help myself in that way. Then I started to have the disciplined desire to eat better. Then I started to have the disciplined desire to work out. There's never any consistency with that without first a commitment. And that commitment for me was with God. God, I want to get better. I want to look better. I'm sick of this. And so in this case, it's God. I want to be communicated with. I'm tired of feeling obsessing over somebody that doesn't have what it is that I want. I know you put that person in my life for a reason. And maybe it's not the reasons I want. I know you put this in my heart to overcome. And maybe that's the only way to go about getting me where you want me to be, is to find a way to push through this threshold of absolute and utter unhappiness and insanity and mental health obsession or whatever stupid crap this would be, to find the discipline to walk down the street and have a conversation for which I didn't know was going to happen, but here I am having it with you. People who are mentally ill like me, or even worse, or whatever your thing is, you have got to find a way to make the commitment necessary to step away from what it is that you're obsessing over, to want less from people than they can give to you, to want more from yourself than you're willing to give to yourself while you're obsessing over those things or people. We got to find a way not to be manic about others, because it's not even about them not being manic about you. It's just about being healthy, man. It's about being healthy in your mind and being able to welcome good things at the same time. Can't welcome good things into my life if I'm continuing to worry about somebody else. And if I'm worried about them, then I need to be the best version of me, so that within myself I can give them their best version of me. Because if I'm not doing that, then I'm obviously in a position to give them my worst, and they ain't gonna get a good taste in their mouth about that. That's not gonna make them want to deal with me in no kind of way. You know, and then in the event that you go out and do things differently, maybe you learn something different that can help you get away from them, if that's what's best. Maybe you meet somebody else that's a little more equipped to put you in a position to feel more confident that what you're giving is what they want. I'll never forget this. There's this dude that I used to work with in Santa Monica. I may have told you about this dude. He would find himself, after he get off work, next to the guards. And sometimes he would be so intent on being around guards that he would walk with us all over freaking property. Nice guy. But I had to tell him, like, bro, I don't need an escort to my car, fam. Like, this is not comfortable for me. And I get along with you. I even like hanging out with you sometimes. But I'm not someone who appreciates being followed to his car. What I'm saying to you is this. Somebody who obsesses over people would love somebody like that in their life. They exist, is what I'm telling you. If you're the person that needs attention 24/7, I know a guy. Now, whether or not you're going to be the type of person he wants to follow around, I can't tell you that. But if you're somebody who obsesses over somebody who needs to communicate, needs to be followed, needs someone up their backside, so to speak, 24/7, I've met somebody who can give you that exact thing. Unfortunately, I'm not like that, so that's not going to work for me, and I don't need that type of friend, so that's not what I like. But that's not the point. Point is, God can bring you exactly what's meant for you, or who exactly is meant for you, so long as you first allow yourself to welcome that energy. You may stumble across that person that'll give you exactly what it is you're looking for, but you gotta first know that there's a God out there who exists, who wants to bring you what's meant for you, or he wants to make you better so that what you are asking for doesn't come your way if it's not good for you. But the point is, they're there. You just got to get there. You got to get to that point where you're welcoming that. You got to get to that point where you're giving God the glory so that he, by the way of the Spirit, can guide you toward exactly what's meant for you. You know, and that's what it is, man. I found myself still wanting more from somebody than probably the Lord wanted me to give them, or still looking for more from my friend than what the Lord probably even had for me to do for her, or with me, or however that word is worded. It wasn't more left for us to do together than what it is that we've done together, if that's what it is. I can harp on that, but guess what I'm missing out on? Whatever's meant for me. Guess what it is that I'm doing the wrong way? Every dang thing, because that is not what I'm supposed to be still harping over. She's not somebody I'm supposed to be still looking at like that. If she were, then I would be a seamless fit in the circumstance. Instead of me saying, where's more, where's more, where's more? That where's more is the problem. That is the problem. How about where's right for me? Where's what is actually going to fit the algorithm I'm on and where I'm headed? And you get out of their way so you don't become an obsessive person following them to their damn car. Because that's how I feel at this point. It's like, all right, I'm turning into him in some version. Because I'm still looking for something that God ain't giving her to give to me. Let me get out of here. Let me move on. Let me put myself in a position to get, straighten up, fly right, figure out what the hell this is going to be. And then let it be that, rather than what it is I want it to be. I don't want nothing that I don't know what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anything I don't know what comes with what. Rather than to just say, give me that. Oh, well, what if what comes with that is nothing but pain or anguish? Turning you into somebody you don't want to be. Turning you into circumstances that are not meant for you. Toward circumstances rather that are not meant for you. That ain't for me. If it is, then God will make it work. In a way that I don't have to struggle about. And somebody is saying, I can hear them saying, what if the struggle is what the Lord wants? If the struggle is what the Lord wants, then you're going to feel the Spirit bringing you toward that struggle. Believe it or not, that is exactly how that works. If he wants you to struggle, you're going to feel that struggle. Just like I was telling you yesterday, as I was walking down this street, just like I am now. I needed to be tested to see if I could forgive. And so he put me in a position to struggle with what it is I was looking at so that he could test me with the idea to forgive. That's exactly what happened there. It was God. No doubt that the enemy was working in conjunction in that circumstance to try to attack me, but God had plans for that same circumstance just the same. Because your reality is your reality. Both can work in conjunction, unfortunately. Your reality is your reality. So the enemy's going to try to use this to bring you down, and God's going to try to use it to teach you a lesson. That's what it was. And probably used that circumstance with her to teach her whatever, and had a bunch of other reasons. People who were around her probably were learning lessons or being course toward whatever the Spirit wants them to be in. It just go on and on and on. Or there was a struggle there and somebody was somewhere they shouldn't have been. All of those things are possible. All of those things are possible. Maybe all that was possible because somebody did something they wasn't supposed to do. And now I'm struggling. The relationship or friendship is struggling, all of that, because somebody, whoever they were in that situation, shouldn't have been there. And so now the enemy was able to work with that. Who knows? I'm not saying I'm certain of anything in that regard. I'm just saying that these are how realities are formed. So within those realities and the choices that people are making around you, now you find out what you're made of. If it's resistance that you need to absorb, that's that. If it's a gluttony type situation where you're going to be given too much and now you got to be able to give some back or live without some or whatever, then that's your test right there. It's just a million different things. My friend that I'm talking about in this occurrence that we're talking about, she told me yesterday that she didn't even want to go to that place she was at. And that's up to me to either believe that or not. Or I don't know, at this point in time, I don't know what the heck to believe. But the point is that this kind of coincides with what we're talking about. Because look at all the trouble it caused me in our friendship. Just by going to that place that she said she didn't really want to go, but she went anyway. And like, okay, now look what transpired in truth, or rather reality, which is the same thing. But since we're going to be consistent, look what reality became for us. Now, I'm struggling with that. It tumbled forward to all a bunch of stuff. I don't know that the enemy told her to go or God told her not to go, but I know she didn't want to be there. And now look where we at. Strain on the friendship just based on what it is that I saw, based on pictures that were taken at that place. And if I'd have paid attention to the Lord a little more, maybe he would have told me how to handle it better so I wouldn't have been this unhappy. Maybe instead of looking at my phone in the way that I was at that time, maybe I should have been meditating. Maybe I should have been walking outside. Maybe I should have been calling somebody else. There's a lot of different things that the Lord could have been wanting me to do, but because I wasn't connected to the Lord, the enemy was able to connect with me in regards to that. Or I was tested, however you look at it. The point is, there's a lot of different ways to look at your realities, but at the end of the day, if you're connected to the Spirit, you're going to handle your reality the right way. You are going to play your role in that reality just fine. Everybody else can do whatever they're doing. God can maneuver from your obedience regardless. Everybody can say whatever they're saying. God's going to be able to work with your obedience regardless. You feel me? So that's why we stay close to the Spirit, because we never really actually know a lot of times what's causing what to happen or what comes with what we're doing or looking at or asking for, what have you. And they say, be careful what you ask for, be careful what you wish for. You don't know what comes with what. And that can go a trillion different ways. Now I want to talk to my friend. Well, now you're going to get in an argument. She don't feel like answering the phone instead, but she does to capitulate to your nonsense. And now what? Y'all talking about some stuff y'all shouldn't have been talking about. Or even worse, y'all decide to go somewhere, get in a car accident. There is never a good reason not to follow the Spirit because of the unknown and such like that. Even the best thing lined up for the best reasons, looking at everything. If the Spirit's telling you no, don't go. If you're inclined to have that Holy Spirit in your heart like I do, no, I don't know. Because you don't know that is not something that's supposed to end you or coerce you into a moment that's going to have you throwing your life away. Go to the wrong party, fight with the wrong people. You can find yourself in a situation with a case, man. You don't know. Don't go. Spirit told you not to go, don't go. You feel your energy telling you, nah, that's not right. It ain't right. It's when we go against that, a lot of times, that we end up in them type of situations. A lot of times. Especially people who be praying a lot and believe. You're a believer. Okay, so your life is blessed. So long as you follow the path the Lord has you on, He's going to still give you free will, man. You got your free will. But the question is, are you going to follow the guidance given to you by way of what it is you're asking for in prayer? I want to have a long-lasting life. Okay. Well, then you're going to have to follow the Spirit, because there's going to be a lot of options to take away life away from you. A whole lot of options. And so which ones you want to take is up to you, but you got to know that there is guidance so long as you are close to that Spirit. You know, there's something that can lead you in the right direction. You just got to be Willing to listen to it when it tell you to listen, and willing to move when it tell you to move. If it tell you to move right now, that's when you move. If you want to move a little later, it might be a little too late. You might make the right move, but it's the wrong time. You might have the right timing, but it's the wrong move. God told you to do this, you did that. Now you got to deal with the consequences of doing that, and it's not what you were supposed to have. That's not going to lead you to that long-lasting life. And look, maybe you believe what I'm saying, but you still do it the wrong way, and you do it and it doesn't have no consequence. Butterfly effect. It could be 3 years down the road because of what you did the wrong way that's going to end up coming back to you the wrong way. There's a lot of different things that tumble forward. It's a lot of things by way of doing things the right way that you're going to avoid. Like literal avoidance. Like, oh man, because I didn't go there at that moment. Just like I was telling y'all about last week when I was having my stomach issue and got the phone call. I think it was Saturday. It was meant for me to get that phone call. I needed that phone call. But if I wouldn't have been following exactly what the Spirit was wanting me to do, and not to say that the Spirit told me to be where I was at, but the Spirit told me to follow something 2 weeks ago. And because of that, I was on the right timing for this situation right here. Butterfly effect. Got my phone call. Who's to say what I didn't avoid, or what I did avoid rather, just by taking a seat and relaxing when the Lord told me to relax? Who's to say that I didn't avoid something great? Oh, but worse, horrible in this, to make that make sense. But who's to say I didn't avoid something horrible? I can go out the house 10 minutes early, get hit by a bus or something. Because the bus was coming at that time. You weren't necessarily supposed to be there at that time. The bus was. See what I'm saying? But you want to go on your own timing, so you're going to align with the bus time. And God can create from there. And see, that's another thing. Just because you made a mistake don't mean God can't create from there. You can do great things from with your mistake. You can do horrible things from within your mistake and affect other people with your mistake in real time. Now, since you decided to do all that, everybody who was on the bus had it in their story now that they were on the bus when you got hit, when you was disobedient. They all had to witness that and everything that came with that experience for them. Maybe somebody hit their head as he hit the brakes. Now they got a scar on their head, and that scar is going to be something that someone asked them a question about. Someday, some years down the road, and that person they're going to meet that asked them a question about that scar is going to be their wife. Like, you don't know. The point is, God can create from within your mistake. He's still writing everybody's story, and that's why free will is so important, and that's why following the Spirit is so important for those of us who are meant to. You gotta look at it like this. There's so many people out here who are not following the Spirit, who don't know of the Spirit, who ain't in the Spirit, don't have no spiritual energy, and they moving around affecting everything, all of this. If you off time, you really gonna create chaos, because they for sure gonna create chaos with the timing they're on. And that's why it's so important for those of us who have that to follow that. Because there's so many people out here who are going to be creating all types of chaos by way of the timing that they're on and the demonic energy that they follow. You got to follow the timing that you're on. You got to follow the Spirit if you believe in it. And you got to trust that that Spirit has got all of this worked out in mind. All of it. And so I follow the Spirit. Spirit's telling me walk down the street, talk to you about this. Walk down the street, find what I need. Not eat before I leave. I'm off timing. Not fall asleep like I was thinking I was doing because of my little depression mindset. Nah, that wasn't gonna work. Not sit on the phone and obsess over somebody who's not communicating with me. They weren't supposed to be communicating. This is where I was supposed to be. And because this is where I'm supposed to be, I'm going to do what I need to do. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is because I don't really have a destination, but that's not the point. It's following your first mind. You ever heard of the story of that dude? It was a random person, but they were supposed to go to work in 9/11, and they didn't go in because they followed their first mind not to go. I don't remember who the person was, obviously, but it was a story. They were supposed to be at work. According to the timing of the world, they were supposed to be at work, but that spirit inside of them said, nah, bro, nah. I've heard a couple people have situations like that in regards to missing plane crashes. I done heard that story more than once. So a dude had a feeling that he shouldn't get on that plane. I'm not getting on that plane. Even though I gotta go where I need to go, I'm gonna be late by a whole day. I'm not getting on that plane. You ain't never heard a story like that? And then the plane crashed. No survivors, but they survived because they didn't get on that thing. Sometimes you gotta follow that spirit, man. You gotta follow it. It's a guidance for you. Maybe you don't even pray, but you get that feeling just one time in your life. Maybe it was because somebody else prayed for you and they asked for your guidance. Okay, you gotta follow that spirit, man. Follow that. It'll lead to what you're looking for. It'll lead to what's not supposed to find you. That's what it does. It'll put you on the perfect timing that align you with other timing, so you can avoid certain things that you ain't supposed to have. I wish I would have followed that spirit more. I wish I would have known this more so. Sooner, rather. And if I had, oh, it'd have been so much better. I promise you there's a white butterfly following me around right now. I kid you not. I'm looking at it. It's been following. I don't know if you can see him. He went that way. Following me the whole time, I promise. Following me. Like no other way around it. Anyway, it is what it is, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Follow the timing of the Holy Spirit. You'll know it if you follow it enough, because you're going to feel something in your body and your mind that's going to tell you you're on the right track. The more you follow it, the more it can guide your story, because obviously if you don't follow it, it ain't guiding you no more. So then it's going to be a less of a vibe that you receive, so to speak, or less of a pull from it toward you. The more you follow it, the more effective it can be in your life. That's key to all of that. This is like anything else. You get more used to it. You're going to know that voice when you hear it. You need to do this, 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 and this. You follow it once, you're going to be able to hear that voice a little louder, so to speak. You're going to feel those vibes a little stronger next time when it comes and connects with you. By the way, when that butterfly was flying around me, I was getting chills in my arms as I was talking to y'all. To me, I take that as confirmation that I was on track, that everything I'm saying was aligned. You know what else I'm getting vibes of? This is random as heck, but I've been getting it a lot. Maybe this is something for somebody else just needed to be said on camera. Hold your stomach in as you walk. Because you know, a lot of times our core is what really keeps us balanced and gives us strength. And a lot of times I walk around without my core strong. And when I move in the spirit, so to speak, it's been a couple times when I walk, my hand will go over my stomach and tell me to hold it in. Hold your core in. Walk with your core tight. So for those of us who are trying to have a stronger stomach, that's what's coming to me. Hold your core tight as you walk. Random, I know. But that's how the spirit does move within me sometimes. Sometimes it don't have to be nothing special. It just tell me to hold my core in. Sometimes it'll tell me just to relax. I've been told to relax so much by the spirit since I've been in North Hollywood. Put my hands behind my head, put my hands behind my back and at ease. I'm telling you, it moves me in such a way that is undeniable, which is why I have so much confidence to speak on it. Because I think I know something that others don't. I feel something that wasn't given to most. And I'm comfortable with it because I know I'm mentally ill. And the older I get, the more I realize, not really, man, not really. Just aligned in such a way that I follow the spirit, and if I do it the right way, it'll lead me exactly where I need to go. Every time I need something, I have it. Even though I may have very little, I still end up with what I need. Why? Because it's purpose. And that purpose is probably to tell y'all to follow that same spirit so we can connect more with more people. Because I'm pretty sure the spirit wants to connect with everybody. And not just me. If it could, imagine what it could do if it could lead everybody in unison. You know how many good things we could do if everybody followed the spirit, so to speak? If everybody was connected to what it is that I know exists, that a lot of y'all probably don't even think it really is a real thing. Spirit of God, man. It's the God inside. And no, I can't cure cancer with my hands, touch you, make you fall on the ground. That ain't what this is. It's just a purpose within myself that aligns with what it is the Lord wants for me to do. And with that purpose, comes in understanding that he likely has a purpose for you. I say likely because I really don't know. I really don't know. I believe it. Everybody has purpose. Some people are going away from that purpose and they get whatever come with that, man. And the Lord creates from there, as we said. Everything is written because he already knows what decisions you're going to make. You don't. See, that's the key to it. People will say, well, how could things be written if he's still creating? Because he knows what you're going to do. Not to say that he's not waiting for you to make a better decision than what it is you would be prone to make. That's confusion within me. I don't understand that. But that I know that everything is written and that I know he knows what you're prone to do, yeah, maybe you surprise him a couple times. Maybe that's how that goes. Maybe you surprise him. Maybe you're in a space where otherwise you would do this and he finds out that you just ain't going to do that. I'm like, oh, they weren't going to do that. I don't know how that works. But I do believe things are written, and I also believe in free will. And I do believe he can create in real time. So how that comes together, not in my mind. But I think the Lord can be at 2 places at once, 3 places at once, 3 million places at once. So I'd imagine the math that I have to try to work with within my mind is just a limited one. When we start understanding how the universe really works and some of the sciences that we don't understand right now, then it's probably make a lot more sense than I'm able to make it make sense right now. But I think that's the point. A lot of times people want to use the math in their head, and otherwise if the math in their head don't work, then there's no God. That's where you're going wrong right there. I can't tell you how many people say, well, because I can't see this or feel this, there ain't no God. Okay, fine. Your math is off. You're trusting what it is you understand to help you understand something that you could never fully grasp. That's where you went wrong. You were using your mind to try to fathom what God do. That don't work. This is a learning experience. This ain't a apply what I already get and therefore because of confirmations of things that are already understood, now God is proven. Please. Don't insult God's intelligence like that. You ain't nowhere near as smart as him. Nowhere near it. Why don't God just stop? I don't know. Why don't God just do it? You don't know. Or if God was real, he'd come down from a cloud. If that's what you're waiting on, then you ain't gonna find him. If Jesus was real, then why don't he just stop this from happening? Because it ain't meant to happen. People got free will and they're using that free will the wrong way. He'll create from there. You know, I'm sitting up here watching what's going on, the ethnic cleansing in Gaza and all that stuff as we talk about. I don't know why God is letting that happen. I just know that I see the faith that people are placing in God, making them stronger, and I'm taking from that and getting stronger from there. You think I know why he's doing that? I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know what good can come from that, and probably not a whole lot. But I can create an understanding that there's strength around the people who are surviving it, and the strength around the people who are keeping them up as they try to survive it. Every day, someone's applying faith to survive the unsurvivable. And they're giving us that information as we change our minds about what it is that's all around us in regards to who we should trust and what it is they're saying. Now, do I want babies to be slain in order for that truth to come to mind? No. Just like I didn't want slavery to come to my to truth so that I can be in existence. But here I am. You think that we wouldn't want to stop slavery? Sure, we want to stop slavery. If we can go back in time, we want to stop it. And what else would have tumbled forward? No me. No talking like this. Some stuff is just like, man, you just got to let God work. And if the people who are going through it are applying faith, which they are, then that's about as good as it gets. You don't get the right to not apply faith as they're going through it. They're going through it. They still believe. And you don't believe because you see what they're going through? The only reason they're getting through what they're getting through is because they believe. So how does that work? That's what they're teaching me. I see them suffering, carrying the bodies of their babies and stuff like that. Hell no, I don't want to go through that. Hell no, I don't want the strength to do that. No. But God ain't going to give you nothing that you yourself cannot handle. So guess what he gave them the strength to do? Exactly what it is they're going through. Exactly what it is they're going through. You may not survive that. And it's not meant for you to. That's why gratefulness comes to mind. And when we said we apply being thankful and grateful to God first for being a God there for us, so that he didn't write anything in your story that wasn't meant for you, you should be grateful that he even existed to do that. God, I didn't get my GR. I'm not happy. I'm not grateful. For real? Because he could have wrote something in your story that had you going through that without the strength to go through it. You understand what I'm saying? Without the strength to go through it. He could have. That was possible. But instead, he put you through this, so you sitting up here in this little comfortable, horrible run country talking about GR as opposed to carrying a child that ain't no longer with you. He didn't write anything in your story that you weren't supposed to have. If it's meant for you to have it or meant for you to go through it, then you go through it. You're equipped for that. The next person may not be. And so as we try to surmise what people are going through and how we couldn't survive what they're going through, just remember, he ain't gonna give you nothing you can't handle. He didn't put you through that. He put them through that. He put you through what he put you through. And as you go through it, you're equipped for it. That's how that works. That's why we don't lose faith watching other people go through things we can't handle. You didn't write it in your story. It's exactly why you don't lose faith. Because he gave them the exact amount of faith and truth and strength and mental fortitude and all of that to go through what they are going through. You don't have to go through that. You got to go through this. And as you see them go through that, you take from their faith and apply it to this, what you're going through. That's how you get through your life. Instead of losing faith, not following the spirit in your circumstance, and then from there, falling into the worst consequences of what it is that you're going through. Or misdiagnosing, so to speak, your own strength. You can do it. You just can't do it so long as you believe that what they're going through is equivalent to you not having the strength to go through what you're going through. Following the spirit. Don't think for 1 second that I've ever heard these words in my life. I've never heard them. This is coming to me as I follow the words the Spirit's giving me to give you. I didn't know this concept. Never heard it before. I just know that I'm watching those people go through something that I don't think I could survive. With my mind, I don't think I could do that. Now, sometimes we find we're stronger than we believe ourselves to be, because I know none of them thought they would go through this. They went through what they went through, though, leading up to it, but they never thought they would go through this, and now they're finding they're strong enough to go through it if they are. But the point is that the strength that you have is custom for your life. The events of your life is custom for your strength. Do not be confused about watching somebody else either go through it in faith or lose faith as they go through what they go through. That's not your threshold for faith and reality. And if you're following the Spirit, you're going to find the strength that's meant for you to get through what you're getting through. And I'm telling you, we speak as if it is. You're getting through it. And getting through it means something different for everybody. Somebody had a terminal illness. They passed away. They got through it. It's about what they were taking on, not how we viewed it. It's about how they handled it and how they didn't lose hope or strength or faith or whatever was needed for their custom circumstance. They got through it. And as they got through it, they showed you that you can get through it. Or so we say as we speak in circles. So that's what I'm here to share, man. What the Lord put in my heart to tell each and every one of y'all. A lot of us are going after things that are not meant for us. We're chasing circumstances that are material in nature. Going against the Spirit because it makes sense for money. And I'm telling you, you are not doing anything but going against the grain that's going to affect not only yourself but others. You got to follow that Spirit. The Spirit wants you to have a different type of money. You can do this business deal and then you're going to end up with that circumstance. And now you're doing all kinds of stuff that God didn't mean for you to do. Going through all types of drama that wasn't meant for the strength that you were given. That's how people end up failing in life. Failing to make it through circumstances. You took some wrong paths along the other way. You took some long paths along the way, rather. Some things that you should not have done that put you in a position to have the circumstances in your life that were never meant for you. So of course you weren't, quote unquote, strong enough to get through it, because that was not meant for you. You were supposed to be going through something else and getting strong enough for that. But since you wanted to go there, here, and here, when the Spirit was telling you to go there, and there, now you don't have the strength for what it is you're going through, because that was not the strength you were given to get through it. People don't know, man. But it's all in that voice to tell you, hey, don't go there, don't do this. Don't do this. If you do this, you're gonna deal with that. But if you do this, oh, I got this, and this lined up for you. That's gonna work out. Follow that. But we want to do what we want to do in the name of money. And see, that's what the culture told us courses are into. It's business. Business is a way away in a lot of cases from that spirit. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I guess I will do that. Because money. Okay, and you've, by way of the money, going against what the spirit's telling you. So you're going to get all of that stuff that ain't meant for you. Hope somebody's learned a lesson. BDF 44. Thank you all for watching.